Welcome back to another video on the FTB Regrowth world that we're doing with our mega build of the Hanging Gardens. If this is your first video of Regrowth, welcome, and look forward to even more. As you can see, I've done a few thermal lilies, and we've made them float. Yes, you can do that. I highly recommend looking it up. But our mana generation is coming along nicely. For those of you that missed last episode, oh man, you missed a decent amount, I think. I hope, anyways. But we started on the inscribers over here. We fixed up the Botania section to work with the thermal lilies as well. And we got all of our presses, so pretty decent stuff. And we also made our ME controller, which I placed down just right there for now. Now I've prepped a few things that I would like to work on, but there's also a few quests that I would like to work on as well. One of them being this guy, the high pressure boiler and liquid fuel box. This guy right here, I'm going to make 6 of the liquid fueled boiler boxes, and then I'm also going to make 30, isn't it 32 that I need? No, 9 plus 9, 18, 36. Yeah, 36 high pressure boiler tanks. Now the reason I'm doing this is pretty simple. So I upgraded our piping to the advanced mechanical pipe on the backside of our steam engines, because they were only producing about 10 RF per tick, because our steam flow in the pipe was restricting us and we weren't getting enough flow. I also upgraded to the advanced energy cube right here to kind of have a bit more of a buffer as well down the line. But while doing that, our steam gets hit pretty hard. Not enough to drain it completely out, but I want to make sure that we're at least covered going forward. So we completed all of these items. This is going to give us another 3. Oh, I guess I didn't need to make 36. Oh well, that's fine. So that's going to give us the 3 more that we need for the liquid. And then we got a few more golden fluid pipes, which are useful and all that jazz. But what I want to do is I want to actually set up this liquid fueled boiler as well, probably on the back side here. And I want to tie it in with the biomass, and for that we're going to need the still. Alright, now the still is pretty straightforward. If I remember it correctly, it's not a complicated recipe at all. Just a little bit of glass redstone, and of course your sturdy casing as well. And then basically all that this does, I'm not going to place it down right here, but it'll take this biomass that's in here that we get from the saplings, which I'm going to, I think, incorporate these guys into automatically, and it converts it into ethanol. And ethanol is kind of like a fuel. It's a fuel source, basically. So that's another quest done. We got it. Boom. A little bit more biomass. Not really necessary overall. But what's this? Mechanism tab. Yes, that's right. We are on 0.8.3 of the Modpack, and Phoenix Lodge has done up some of the mechanism stuff. Now, I've made some of this stuff, like the metallurgic infuser, and I was hoping once I picked it up, it would just work. But I think I have to actually craft one, which is a bit of a problem. So I've already crafted one of these, and I'm thinking that we should just use the edit book and claim the reward, because I really don't want another metallurgic infuser. Let's just take a look at this guy. Yeah, it's not bad. This guy's the bad. Yeah, that's titanium. I've already made that thing. I think we're going to do a quick little, HQM edit here. Because, like I said, I've already done it. We already have this. So I think just, oh god, I clicked it wrong. It's fine. Boom. And hold shift and click. Boom, there we go. This guy here, a basic energy cube, we've also crafted that as well. I think I'm going to, and we've got the configurators and that as well. We've done the smelter and the crusher, but we haven't done the enrichment yet, so I'm not going to claim that. I haven't gotten an ultimate. Okay, so I think it's just the 3, if I'm not mistaken. So let's now demolish this book. And I think that's pretty good. I think that's very fair. I shouldn't have to make it again just because they updated the pack. So let's claim our rewards that we should have gotten originally, in my opinion. Another energy tablet, some... Oh, that would have been useful. And some more cables. Okay, good. So once I make the enrichment chamber here, we will claim this one because we already have the other 2 as well. And we'll probably have to do the edit for that too. But, you know, one of those things. Let's just store some of this stuff away. Yeah, you go in there and sleep off the nighttime. So we need to get this liquid fueled firebox up and running. Get our steam production up a little bit more. And to do that, and then we also need to set up the still. So I'm thinking we need to tap into this right here. These are where the saplings are already going. So if I can pull them out of this barrel automatically and input them into the fermenter that's over here, and we can get it all wired up, you name it, I think that would be advantageous. But I also would like to use the same steel tank type setup here. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just come right across here like this with the liquid fueled boiler boxes. And we will run the high pressure on top of that. 4 high, 3x3. Okay. Very good. Yeah, and bingo. Okay, good. So that gives us 7 more that we can get. Now this guy's going to produce a lot of steam. We are still going to need water, and we're going to need the liquid fuel. Now, you know what? I'm thinking maybe we'd be better off actually bringing it over here instead. Do you know what I mean? Tie into this pump. That might be a better way to go. Let me figure out exactly where I want to put all this stuff. Alright, so I've set up the boiler here instead. We're just going to tap in right along here. I think that'll work out well. We're getting some of the water starting to come in there, and I can easily connect up the steam as I've done like so. So I think that'll work. I can always add another valve as well, which could also assist in the tank here. We'll probably have to upgrade this tank at some point in time as too. But anyway, so this is going to be our temporary home for that. Now, I was kind of thinking, where am I going to put the still? But I'm actually thinking we're just going to throw it down right here, because we're going to get that biomass in there. Once it has some power, it'll start automatically turning it into ethanol. And what we can do is we can take that ethanol and we can pipe it just right on over there underneath the ground. Okay, so that's my thoughts there. And I think it's a good idea, right? So we're basically going to be pumping right to there. So let me run a little bit of piping here. Yeah. Okay, stop it. That's a tank. Okay, there we go. Good. We'll have to go down and around this guy. That's fine. I'm probably going to run out of pipe, aren't I? Where are we, actually? Right. Where's the pipe? Is it right there? Okay, that's not too bad then. We're almost there. But I am going to run out of pipe, I think. Yeah. Oh my god, we're too short. Oh, man. I hate it when that happens. Don't you guys? I know I do. Alright, how am I going to get out of here? That is a great question. think I've like boxed in all my ways out. Okay, let's go on over to here. Good and good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me out. Perfect. It's dangerous under there, man. It's dangerous. I need like a portable hole or something like that. That might be a good idea to get right away. Okay, let's get a few more of those mechanical pipes. Pretty straightforward. A couple buckets like so with some steel is going to give us a few more. Okay, and that should then solve our situation here. And I can connect those up by theory. And we should be good to go. Now, I don't want to connect them just quite yet, okay? The reason being is, well, pretty straightforward. I don't want to start fueling this thing without some sort of a surplus in ethanol. So I want to make sure that we're building up a decent amount of ethanol so that when we go to power and heat up the steam there, that we're not going to all of a sudden just fall flat on our face. Okay, so that's my main thinking there. Let's see. I want to get a few more tanks, but I don't know if we have any. And the other thing that we can use is we can actually use this fuel as a little bit of a bypass to help warm this thing up, because it is a liquid. So we can just do a quick little thing like this. Let's go out like that, and we'll run like this, this, and this, and then one there. And by theory, we can pump in all of this fuel from these to get this started warming up as well. But I still, like I said, I want to make sure that we are building up a surplus of ethanol. So let me grab a little bit of kinesis pipe here. Looks like I should have enough, I think. And we need to run power over to this guy, just like so. And we should have power pretty much right beside it, like right there, for example. Good, and boom. All right, perfect. Now let's get underneath this and do this so that we can get out of there. Okay, good. So this guy should now have power. It should be starting to make the ethanol, which it is. That is great. That is fantastic news. I'd like to just break this pipe here instead of the one that was over here. That way I don't forget about it. And we need to set this up to pull out the ethanol, and we can start filling up even this small little fluid tank. Now, I might need a few more of these stills, okay? That I've definitely considered that, and we may end up doing that. Just like 2 or 3 of them, I'm thinking. But I want to monitor our biomass as well as our ethanol production for the next little bit. So, while we're waiting for that to kind of get a little bit of an analysis going, I figure we can make a few other things, all right? One of them is the ME drive, yes, from Applied Energistics 2. I mentioned this in the last video that we wanted to get this guy up and running, so there we go, ME drive. This is going to connect right here, like so, and you can access it, and you can store disk drives in here that can store items. Very, very useful item. I highly recommend it. It's good. You'll see in the next little bit if you're not familiar with Applied Energistics, which most of you I think are. Then we need some illuminated panels. And why do we need that? Well, we need those because we want to make a terminal to access our ME system. So that's going to be our terminal there, and we're actually going to make that into a crafting terminal. Thank you for the fireworks. It's well deserved. At this point, I say well deserved. All right. So there you go. We have the terminal, as you can kind of see. I'm going to put away some of my stuff here because I think we need to make one more thing. And I think we should make a storage drive to at least get things started on ME the right way. So there's the 1K storage drive, there's the 4K, there's the 16K, and the 64K, which is obviously the one that I truly want. But 4Ks are actually really, really handy and really good. But they require a decent amount of resources, including quite a few logic processors. Now, I do still have one, so we could easily make just a 1K drive. And I think that's what we're going to do for right now, just so that we can demonstrate. Of course I ran out of Certus quartz dust. Of course. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I run out? Alright, so let's make some Certus glass here. Because, or quartz glass, whatever they call it. Just like so. Boom. Excellent. And this guy is going to take that with some redstone and some of that. Okay, so a decent amount of redstone. So let's get our storage cell. Boom. Good. And our ME drive, we're going to need 3 iron as well. And shazam. 1K ME. Better than chess indeed. So you store that in the disk drive. And basically what we can do now is we can put items into our ME system. Alright, makes sense? God, I hope so, because it does to me. Ha ha ha. Alright, so let's, for example, take our ME chest. Why not, right? Put all of our ME stuff in our ME system. So you basically just treat it like a chest, like anything else. Oh, not the ender pearls, thank you very much. And you can store items in it. Now, some of the benefits, you'll see that there's 12 different items. That's signified by the types, and 141 bytes used. Okay, so that's the amount of storage that you can get per cell. Now, a couple of the advantages is there's a search bar, right? There's a crafting table that will craft anything you want it to. So, very nice item, very useful. Like I said, you're going to be wanting to get that one. All right? Definitely. Most definitely. Now, I realize that there's not a exact quest or path for applied energistics yet. So we're going to run into the same issue that we did because we're a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to a few things in this world because we've been playing it so long. So, you know, there's some ebbs and flows with this and that and whatnot, but applied energistics is pretty darn awesome. And I can't wait until they get the quests in the system as well. All right. Now, a couple things that we can do and a couple things of note. These guys run on what's called channels, okay? So each side of the ME controller here can have a channel, all right? 32 channels. So each side has 32 channels, and each block, so like these, would all take one channel. This takes a channel. This panel takes a channel. Anything connected takes a channel, basically, okay? So it's very important to know that going in. Because when we go to automate these inscribers, for example, they're going to require a certain amount of channels. All right. Now, I don't know if we're going to get to that today. All right. There's a little bit that I have to do. It's actually very late right now. I should probably be in bed. Just saying. Really? Really, game? Why are you spitting out stuff? Okay. Okay. Just do that instead, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to do that this episode, but I do want to at least get this guy started to fire up. So I'll be right back once I have enough ethanol going forward. All right, so we're pretty much at wrapping up point for this video. We're almost done the Certus as well here. Our ME stuff is looking great. And I want to make one more improvement, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but that thing is going so slow. So slow. That we definitely need to make a few changes. And we're also going to need to up our fermenting, because as you can see, we're already chunking through the biomass. We've pretty much filled up the tank though, but these stills are just cruising through it. I did make 3 of them, by the way, just as a reference point. And we should be pretty close to kicking off this this beauty. All right. Did they all go in there? I don't think they did. I think that was a bug. It's fine. I'm not really hard up on all of that stuff. So I am making a little bit more saltpeter as well. But what I want to make above and beyond, we need the item out of the metallurgic infuser here, the enriched alloy. Very nice. We'll put that in, and we'll get an advanced control circuit. Now, this guy is going to be vital for us because we're going to make a factory. First factory from Mekanism. Very nice item. We need an iron chipset, some osmium, and some steel plates. So let's make a few more steel plates. I need another piece of osmium as well. Okay, that's fine. We have the technology. Click to craft. Let's go over here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. I've enjoyed it. I'm having a blast as per normal. But, you know, it's one of those things, you know, it's always tough to tell. There we go. That like that. That like that. Good. We'll put the osmium up in here. Let's grab our steel plates. 2 of these like that. Good. What goes up in the middle again? An iron chipset. Okay, we have quite a few of those. I made a decent amount. By decent, I mean enough. Sort of. Kind of. Alright, and let's take out this for right now. And let's remove the crusher. Beautiful. So we're going to do the crusher first, just because I've been using it quite a bit. And this guy is now a basic crushing factory. Oh, baby. I love it. Love the factories. Very nice. And that's this here. So again, we're staying ahead of the curve, I guess. What can you do? But one of the best things about this is you can crush multiple things at a time. All right. Now, I'm trying to remember. I think it's auto sort on. Yes. So when you put in a stack, it'll automatically sort it into, it'll evenly distribute it throughout. Okay. So for example, I put in the gunpowder there, and now we're crushing 3 saltpeter at a time instead of just 1. Okay. So that's the main point of that advantage. We are starting to get full up over here, which is good. I think I'm about to turn on this guy over here as well and kind of get this started up. So let's do this and this. Good. And this. Get all those guys draining. Get this draining as well. Okay, good. So those will all be draining and supplying fuel to the steam boiler, which should help to get it up to temperature. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect this pipe up now, because we are at the point where we were storing up some ethanol. Now it's going to use this fuel because the fuel was in here beforehand. But now the ethanol is going to start to build up in the pipe the whole way around. And as you can see, there is a capacity in these pipes of a bucket per pipe. So we're going to have a few buckets of fluid stored up in these pipes as well as this backup fluid tank. All right. And then, of course, we'll start to fill up the stills as well. So very good stuff. As you can see, we tripled our production for that. Now there's a whole bunch of different factories and stuff. We can also go to an advanced factory, which requires a little bit more advanced stuff, we can definitely do it. I'm gotta put in some time. We gotta get some of these factories done. But I think for the quest, first of all, we gotta do that enrichment chamber. Getting those 4 steel casings and control circuits would be awesome. So I think what we're going to do, yeah, between now and next episode is what I'm going to say. Because this steel casing, I don't even know if I have titanium. I do. Oh, well, maybe we should just do it. Yeah. You know what? Let's just do it. Refined steel, osmium plate. Okay, good. Refined steel is basically just steel in a blast furnace again. So I think I even have some steel over here. So we can just do this. We need 4 more in there. Good to go. Throw in some coal coke. That'll start smelting up. Very nice. We got a little bit more steel. That's good. We need to make the titanium sheets, which is done in this, just like any other ones. Good. And that should be the steel casing. Other than that, we need osmium, some steel plates, an iron, and a quartz chipset, both of which we have ready to go. Awesome. You know, I mean, we're getting to the point now where we're actually becoming pretty darn rich. You know that? I think we're starting to get to a pretty good point here. Of course, I don't have the stuff I need, but that's okay. We'll do that, and we'll do the iron chipset, this chipset. I believe it was the steel plates like so. We need a couple pieces of osmium, which we have, and a couple basic controls as well. So basic controls, osmium, and now all we need is that casing, which we're waiting on the refined steel on. It's almost done. Awesome. I'm just going to also just get prepared with the book. So this will be basically our wrapping up point. We're getting the enrichment chamber. Now, I believe the enrichment chamber, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that works for ores. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that is correct. So there we go. We got our steel casing. We have our enrichment chamber. Very nice. So what I'm going to do, because we've already made the other ones, is I'm going to shift click on that guy. And we are done with that quest. Because, like I said, we already have the others. So I'm not going to get too involved in recreating things if I don't have to. And I'll probably make more of them down the road anyways. So here we go. Steel casings and some basic control units. Very nice. Other than that, I have no clue what any of those do, which is awesome. I love that. And we also get into the basic factories. This basic factory installer, I'm a little confused. I have no clue what that actually does. But for right now, I'm going to throw down the enrichment chamber here. That will basically, as far as I know, double our ores. No different than the smeltery does. I don't know how much we'll use it. I don't predict very much. So keep that in mind. But anyways, I need to get more biofuel, biomass producing. So that's going to be it for me. That's going to be it for you guys watching this video. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you support it. Your guys' support across all the videos have been awesome lately. You don't realize how much it means to me. All right? Thank you so, so much. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye for now. See ya.